the show, we have a wonderful guest.
That's right. Brandon Kyle Goodman is with us today, and we talk about a lot of things. We talk about being on the internet. We talk about activism. We talk about writing for TV. We talk about New York versus LA hustle.
What a wonderful time. Enjoy the show.
Forever Dog.
When your first choice is a big old bus,
You turn around and boom,
you end up with us.
sloppy seconds. Oh, diva.
Unlike
Our
my-
number.
Go ahead.
You gonna let me start? Okay. Our number is 213-536-9180. Our email is sloppysecondspot@gmail.com. Now on with the show. Are you ready for some sloppy seconds, you stupid little fucks, you nasty little fucks, you dirty little fucks, you stupid little fucks? Hi, I'm Meatball, and that's Big Dipper, and welcome to Sloppy Seconds with Big Dipper and Meatball.
Hello, Meatball. You're back home.
I've made it back to LA, baby. I'm alive.
Are you feeling better?
I do feel a lot better. I think it may have just been the Houston air, the humidity. It's not for me. I told my mom and dad, I said, get me out of this hellhole.
On days like this, I'm glad we're still recording on Zoom. You know what I mean? Just keep that travel.
You know, here's the thing. If a flight flies out of Houston, they don't care about the mask situation. But if it's like, because like people on the flight, just the minute they sat down, took their mask off, and I was like, this is it for me.
Well, it's a whole new world. Listen, I'm excited to talk about this whole new world with our very special guest today.
Yes.
Actor, writer, activist, and this outline says Zaddy.
Zaddy? Oh,
Brandon Kyle Goodman is here.
Yes, Zaddy? I'm honored.
Do you identify with the term Zaddy?
I don't think I'm there yet, but I would love to.
You're not old enough.
Let's
You're not
get
old
into
enough.
it. No, because the high school kids start using the term daddy, and now you can be 22 years old talking about ooh,
Yes,
daddy.
I call everybody a daddy now.
So-
Daddy's for everybody. Yeah.
And-
What is the requirement
Okay.
in your mind for a daddy? Is it just a beard?
You just gotta you gotta look at me a certain way, and I'd be like, "Hey,
Ooh.
daddy."
Oh, right. Like, even if you're 5'2", but if you give that look like you're 6'4".
But if you give that look, it's like, "All right, daddy, what's up?"
And then when did the Z get in the mix here? Because when I think of
Z, I think has been around for a little bit, but like I feel like Zaddy was like specifically, I'm fuck him.
And I
You gonna
think it
fuck
made
him.
its way into
About
pop
sex.
culture when it was Nicki Minaj and Drake inside of like a 7-Eleven. Remember that video where she was like, "Oh, you can get whatever you want, Zaddy."
Zaddy, yes,
And then
yes,
everyone started
yes.
saying it.
Yeah.
I just think of Zatafran's rice.
How dare you?
That's not even how you pronounce it.
How do you pronounce it? The New Orleans rice?
Wait, I don't know, but
Zatafrans.
that was wrong.
Is that the San Francisco, right?
No.
I thought you
No,
were talking about
that's
the San
rice
Francisco
aroni.
rice.
That's right.
The San
Oh,
Francisco
word.
treat,
That's the
mama.
San Francisco treat. Yeah.
Oh, and
Ding,
she's
ding.
a singer as well.
Wow.
Absolutely not. She has this mic in front of her. She'll do what she got to do.
So how
you
is
look
your
like,
Pride Month going?
Yeah, you look like you
How's
are
what?
celebrating Pride right now with this
Oh
outfit.
yes, all year. Yes, I'm giving you. It's a. I don't know what is it. It's not mesh.
That's
You call
mesh,
this
baby.
that's
That is
mesh.
mesh.
All right.
That's net. You can
like,
That's mesh.
you can catch
net.
something in that. That's a net.
Yes. I got my chains on. I got my rings. Yes, I'm serving the children. Yes.
Have you been celebrating?
I have. I went for my birthday. So my birthday was in May, but
Okay.
it's always around Memorial Day. So I went maybe 2 weeks ago to Palm Springs with some of my Black queer friends. We rented a house, did a whole thing. So that was a lot of fun. And then I went to a pool party yesterday. So she's making her rounds.
Yeah.
you know.
It's like it's like we're in that like baby step moment where like some
Yes.
people are like running down the hill, and then there are other people who are like holding onto the railing and like maybe I'll go to the park and sit with my friends still. But it's exciting. There's like an energy in the air for sure.
Yeah.
It's so it's an overdue energy. You know, it's like it's the Pride energy already, but then obviously we missed last year, so I feel like there's just it's really intense.
So let's talk about last year. So last
Yeah.
year, basically, we were like around this time, we were in this like swirling moment of the pandemic. Obviously, it was also like the height of visibility for the Black Lives Matter movement, and then Pride Month. And there were just like so many conversations about like intersectionality happening and activism and like racism in the queer community. And you made a couple videos, and well, more than a couple, but one of them in particular, like pretty much popped off and went pretty viral. And then all of a sudden you were everywhere and everyone was like, well, watch this video, share this video, listen to what Brandon Kyle Goodman has to say about this. What was like, talk us through like how that happened and what that experience was like.
Well, you know, how it happened was, so after the murder of George Floyd, I was at work on Zoom, and I was just kind of baffled at my experience of like still being at work when this thing I had just watched just happened. And so I made a video that was called To My White Friends, and at that time, I think I had like 2,000 followers, and I was really just expecting my white friends to watch it because I didn't want to have individual conversations, but I did need to let people know that this thing was affecting me. And then that thing got shared, and next thing I knew it was, you know, everywhere. And I think a lot of Black folks and Black queer folks felt like, yes, we need people to know this, but we don't have the capacity to have that conversation with everyone. So I think that's what ended up happening was people were like, yeah, watch that and watch that and watch this because I need you to know this information, but I don't necessarily want to be the one to unpack it with you. And then it just kept doing that. I kept making videos, and I found myself with the capacity to unpack this stuff and to put it out there, and people found it useful. And so I kept doing it. And then at a certain point, probably towards the end of last year, I kind of stopped because I no longer had the capacity.
Right.
It was a larger conversation at that point.
Yes.
Did you find that you like, I don't know if lost is the right word, but like, I guess lost some of your white friends? I know during last summer, a lot of my friends that I thought were close friends were like, I don't believe this. And they like kind of disagreed with me, and I would send them your videos. Or they would just be like, yeah, this stuff is too scary and like too touchy for me. I'm just going to get out of LA. And I was like, I think you're having the opposite response of what I need you to do.
Yeah. I didn't. You know, I think, my husband is white, and so I've always been very careful. Yes,
go.
honey. Yeah. Oh, you leave it? Don't go. You know, because we can make
Meatball had other plans about how this would go. You said,
husband. It's fine. I'm okay.
It's okay. We can regroup. No, but I think, you know, I'm just very particular about which white people are in my space, and so any white people that weren't immediately going, yes, we need to do something, I wasn't friends with them anyway. Oh, okay. You know, for me, it was like the video was for my white friends who just didn't understand, had like this blind spot, but not for, I always say I don't make videos for the racists or for the people who think racism isn't real. Like, I'm not here to debate that with you. Like, this is for people who are like, I want to do the work. I have some blind spots, and I'm down to like, you know, untangle all that. But the people who are like, racism isn't real, fuck y'all, get out. I don't have. Well, that's not for me.
It's also, I think it's so interesting you bring up capacity because like there were so many conversations. Obviously, like the real actual conversations are the conversations about the, you know, horrible systems of racism in this country, and especially in the queer community, how, you know, like that Venn diagram of like racism and I can never
fetishization.
Thank you.
No.
I can never say the word, but how those things intersect so much, where the same people who will only look at a certain type of person for casual sex will also make like the most racist comments jokes and choices about like money and support and politics, you know, on the other side of that. And they go like, oh, well, that's not me because look who I have sex with. And you're like, no, that is you because of who you have sex with.
Who you have sex with.
But so many of those conversations need to happen. But then the fallout, or not the fallout, but the sort of level below that was last year everyone was so remote, and it became this game about, or not this game, but like this like internal thing about like who's posting what and who's sharing what and what are we looking at and what are we reading. And it's like, well, what are you actually doing?
Yes.
And that, I mean, that I think is like this whole sort of secondary conversation. And so in that moment, you had the capacity to make all these videos, and now you're like, no, now I'm working. Like, now I'm doing other things and I'm living my life.
Now you're doing a million things.
And I think people need to understand that that's what life is. Like,
yes.
You know, it's like, you don't now have to, anytime you go out in the world, people are like, well, what do you think about this critical conversation about race? You're like, I'm trying to have a drink and a twirl. What are you talking about?
Literally, people love to open up like that. I'm like, I'm just trying to have this vodka tonic. Honey. Like,
oh, you do a vodka tonic?
She does a vodka tonic. She'll do a margarita. She'll do a gin and tonic. She'll do a gin martini.
Wow,
shit,
no
I'm getting
tequila.
thirsty. She's getting thirsty. She'll do a margarita. She will do a tequila. Yeah.
Well, all right. Why don't we move on and start talking about Big Mouth?
Wow, what a great transition! What a great transition, people.
Well, I feel like he had said,
That's
he's
my
not here
favorite
to
transition.
educate anybody.
No, I know,
anymore.
but
It's done with that conversation.
I just want to ask one final question because
Please, yes.
Do you feel pressure to be a perfect example because you said that you had 2,000 followers when you first posted that video. You have like a lot now, right?
I have about
research. 158,000. Okay,
Damn!
so you jumped up a significant amount.
Quite a bit. Quite a bit.
You made a big splash with your presence, and then you did like a lot of press stuff. You did a lot of conversations. So does that lead to you going like, oh, now I feel pressure. I can't just like, online post a picture with my dog and like have a good day. Like I have to be an activist and an educator all the time.
I did feel that pressure in the beginning, and I hated it because I'm from, and we'll do the segue to Big Mouth, but like I have a comedy background. I'm an actor, I'm a writer, I do all these other things, and I like to make a lot of dick jokes. And so like this idea that can I make dick jokes but also talk about how my life matters? And I was having trouble blending the two, especially on the social media space, because everybody just wanted to talk about the same thing, which is fine. But it's like, there's more to me, there's more to Black people than our trauma. Like, what about our joy? What about our self-care? What about, again, it's like our dick jokes. They're very important. And so I started to kind of expand what I was doing on my online space, which was like, I wanted to do those inspirational things, but like now we're in the middle of it, Messy Mondays, where like people will tell me the messiest things they've done and I'll react to it. And it's a lot of talking about eating ass, and it's a lot of
That's what we do over here.
Every Friday, baby.
Absolutely. And I think that's important. And I wanted people to be able to see me as a full person. And so I think I had to be the one to break the box. And so I did. So I can do both. But,
right.
I was very much trapping my own self. And, if you trap yourself, people will be like, yeah, that's good. You keep doing that. And it's like, no. I want to do more.
Yeah. That's really inspiring, though, because I think a lot of people feel weighted down by, an identity of their own creating,
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes, because you get caught up in the followers, and will people unfollow you if you start doing different things? And they did. And there's a Glow Autonomo who goes by Glow Graphics. She was saying she did like a carousel, which was like, when you lose followers, you're actually making more space for the people who actually want to follow you.
Right.
So like, don't take offense when people leave your page. Like, you're actually making room for the people who will follow you in your fullness, your wholeness. And I think that's what ended up happening when I started being like, fuck it, I'm gonna throw up this thirst trap. I'm gonna fucking post my dog.
I kind of felt the same way last year, because right at the beginning of Pride was when everything with Black Lives Matters was happening, and I was trying to release a makeup palette for Pride. So it was like this weird thing where I was like, I'm going to push it back. I'm going to push it back. I'm going to push it back. And then on the 15th, I was like, as a Black person, I still need to make my money. I need to get this out there.
Yes.
So it would be like I would be like at a Black Lives Matter rally posting like, don't forget to buy my makeup. And then being like right back to like what was happening in the moment and like posting the slides. But it did feel really strange. And like I had to like think about it and separate myself and just be like, I can't just give up everything of who I am to like make a point to people.
Yeah.
You can do both.
I think
I did
do both.
And I sold out.
Yeah,
to the man.
No, you sold out of your palette, is what you're saying.
Yes, I did sell out of my palette.
Yes, I understood that.
Wait, Meatball, I want to ask you about sort of feeling trapped by your own creation because, you know, you created such a strong brand as like a messy, ugly drag queen. Do you feel trapped by that? Or are you trying to become glamorous?
I tried to become glamorous and then it's just not sticking. It's just not working. When I try to wear a bodysuit and have body, I'm like, people want to laugh. They don't want to see a perfect queen. They want to see me fall.
They want to see you dressed up like Miss Pac-Man, just in a circle.
Just a
go
big
out there,
circle.
do an Earth Day number. Just be the globe. Just go. Just give them the shape they want.
Shit.
Round.
No, but I do think people are like, they like it when I'm pretty but still messy. Like, they like me to look good now because for so long, y'all let me look so bad. All my friends were lying to me. I should be mad at them.
Now you sell a makeup palette, so you do need to at least look
I need
good.
to actually try.
Okay, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we are going to talk about Big Mouth.
Yay!
Do you want to improve your sleep? Well, listen up and get a Helix.
Whether you sleep on your side, your back, your stomach, Helix makes premium mattresses that are designed to fit your specific sleep style.
You know, now that it's spring, why not upgrade your sleep game and get a Helix mattress?
And you know what?
What?
I can guarantee you that they have a mattress for you with over 20 different styles and models for you to sleep on. I love sleep. I can't get enough of it.
And I love my Helix mattress. So ever since I got the big and tall, I know we go on and on about it, but it's a perfect fit for me. I haven't had a mattress before that I was able to select a model from, and I'm so happy I got to do that with Helix.
And I too have the big and tall model, and it's perfect for my big and tall body. I loved it so much, I got a second one from a guest room.
True.
Yes, baby. And the people are sleeping great in there when they eventually do sleep in there.
Best of all, Helix delivers right to your door with free shipping in the US, and you can get a 120-night sleep trial to make sure that it's right for you.
You also get peace of mind because Helix mattresses are backed by a limited lifetime warranty and have been recognized by experts at places like Forbes and Wired. And me. I am a sleep expert too.
Period. Go to helixsleep.com/sloppy to get up to 27% off site-wide during their Memorial Day sale.
That's helixsleep.com/sloppy and make sure you enter sloppy seconds after checkout so that they know that we sent you.
helixsleep.com/sloppy.
Get yourself a Helix.
Okay, something about me. I love shopping. If you love shopping too, you have to check out Rakuten.
And all you have to do is shop, 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 shop. And with Rakuten, you get cash back and rewards on almost everything you buy.
Exactly. Homeware, daily essentials, jeans. We're talking eBay, CVS, and even Levi's.
Ooh, so I can buy a vintage couch, tons of paper towels, and grab a new pair of jeans and still get cash back.
And that's not all. You can even stack those rewards on top of sales and coupons.
But Big Dipper, how does this magic work?
Well, I'll tell you. Rakuten is paid by partner stores to send them shoppers, and then Rakuten passes on some of that money to you, the member.
Rakuten is so real for that.
Plus, Rakuten has 17 million members who are already saving. Don't you want to become one of them?
Join for free at Rakuten.com or download the Rakuten app and start saving money now.
That's Rakuten.com or download the Rakuten app today. We all have days when we want to eat well, but just don't have the time or the energy to plan, shop, and cook.
That's exactly where Factor comes in. They deliver fully prepared meals designed by dietitians and crafted by chefs right to your door.
With Factor, you can stay on track with your nutrition goals, whether that's high protein, balanced meals, or overall wellness, without any extra effort.
The meals are fresh, never frozen, and ready in just 2 minutes, which makes it easy to fit into your routine.
You know, I love coming home after a long day and having a tasty and filling Factor meal. It's waiting for me, and I don't have to worry about shopping. It's quick and easy, and one less thing I need to think about when I get home.
You know, I'm feral for fish right now, and I always get my fix with Factor. I recently had their scampi-styled shrimp and salmon, and let me tell you, it did not disappoint.
So get Factor today and start enjoying delicious and nutritious meals.
Head to factormeals.com/sloppyseconds50 off and use code sloppyseconds50 off to get 50% off and free daily greens per box with new subscription only, while supplies last until September 27th, 26. See website for more details.
That's factormeals.com/sloppyseconds50, like the number, off. Sloppy Seconds 50 off.
And we're back. Before we get to Big Mouth.
Wait, hold on. That you can't just be doing that. Oh my goodness, that note. Come on.
So have you
Give me
seen
a
Wicked?
Give me that alphabet.
So
Yes.
you've seen Wicked.
Of course.
So many people have not. What is your favorite part of Wicked?
What is my favorite? I mean, honestly, there's a performance that Shoshana Bean does of Defying Gravity that's, on the YouTubes that I used to watch over and over.
She's
and
my
over.
number one. You know they're
Yes.
making a movie.
They are. I know they've been talking about that forever.
I know.
Wasn't like Christina Aguilera supposed to be in it back in the day?
Too old.
Too old.
But
Or
You
was
think
that
it's going to be
Aida?
like Olivia Rodrigo now?
oh, I hope
Oh.
not. But I love her music. But I hope
I love her
not.
music.
I don't think
but
she's an actress.
it's not a musical theater voice,
Yeah.
though.
Well,
You need
Amanda
a beauty.
Seyfried and what's the other annoying one from the what
Anna
is that movie?
Kendrick.
Anna Kendrick. She wanted it. And you know what I gotta say? I'm gonna give Anna Kendrick the Anne Hathaway treatment. I just don't like her for no
How do you,
reason.
wait. How do you know she wanted it? Like,
'Cause
where do you
she had? There was like talks about her saying that she was interested in playing Elphaba, and Amanda Seyfried wanted to play Glinda.
But none of their voices are big enough. God bless them.
And
but
if
like,
there's one
they're-
thing that we learned from In the Heights is if you cast musical theater actors in musical theater roles, it's wonderful.
they're gonna eat it.
They're gonna
Absolutely.
eat it up.
I haven't watched In the Heights yet. I can't wait to watch. I'm so excited. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone's like, it's the best.
Everyone's
which is
talking
so
about
exciting.
it. On the episode just before this, we had some critical thoughts about the film.
Oh.
And then
That
it was
episode
like,
is out today, so
Yeah.
I'm really hoping that we don't get a lot of hate, and I regret everything I said. I love it. 99% on Rotten Tomatoes.
yeah,
Great-
we were both
great act.
like, I don't know. My takeaway was, this is my takeaway, and I'll reiterate it here, is that I thought it should have been more of a movie and less of a musical. Like, I feel like they could have like stripped away a bunch of the musical numbers and just done like 3 big ones. Because I wanted the actors just to like act in it.
Sure.
Number 2, it felt too like all ages.
Yeah,
Like, I wanted
didn't
like
feel
the
adult.
the love song or the love stuff to be like more sexual and heated. I wanted it to like
Got it.
so it
It
felt
was family
yes,
friendly.
it was family
Yes.
friendly, which to me I'm like, ugh. Just walking down the street in New York never feels family friendly. So
No.
Ever.
like even when the children are there, it still doesn't feel family friendly
Yeah.
to me.
The children are the most adult. I'm
Right,
from New York.
exactly.
We are.
They're giving
We're the most adult part.
side eye. There's like the
Absolutely.
like someone on their phone like jaywalking. The little kids who are like holding onto their rope are giving side eye to the adult.
Wait,
But,
so you're from New York?
Yeah, I'm from Queens.
Oh, so how long have you been in LA for?
5.5 years.
Oh,
Yeah. I love it. I'm not going back. I mean, I love New York. New York's everything, but New York is a different kind of grind.
Yeah.
I did it.
Well,
I did it for
so
a lot
what-
of years.
So you were trying to be an actor in New York and then came to LA?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was trying to act out there, but as being of color, being queer, you're not really going to do a lot of theater. You need to be in the TV, movie spaces, and so LA just seemed to be the right move, and it turned out correct.
worked
I was
out right.
correct. It worked out.
What
Did you
did
do
the,
any
like,
of those long ass open call lines
Yeah.
where you sit there
Oh, I did
all
back in-
day? Are those
I
a
did
scam?
one or two. Huh?
Are those a scam?
scam?
I think they are.
I think they're a scam.
I think they are. I've been in one or two of those. I mean, like sometimes whenever like I did the one for Hairspray, when the movie musical, and I think like one person got the job from that open call, but the rest of them were all famous. I think the guy who plays Seaweed, I think actually did the open call.
He was
wow.
for the movie,
He was
right?
for the movie,
Oh,
for the
he was
movie.
so
but
good.
everybody
He
else
carried
was
that
not.
movie.
Yeah, he was great. Everyone else, I think, was famous.
And
so
you know who
yeah,
else
I'm
is
always
in
like,
that
it's a
film?
scam.
Amanda
Who?
Bynes.
Oh, yes.
And she
Yes,
told Drake
is.
to murder my vagina.
She what?
You remember when she
Told
tweeted
Drake
to Drake?
to murder my vagina. Wow. Wow. I thought I didn't hear it, and then I heard it perfectly. I repeated it back to you, word perfect.
Debbie's
Wait.
like shaking her head. We're taking that out.
Do you? So what musicals? What musicals have you done as an actor?
Oh, I'm not. I have no business being in anybody's musical.
Oh, so
was
you and
living my
Meatball share
fantasy.
that. You'll go to the audition.
Yeah,
even though you
I was
don't
living my
belong.
fantasy. Yeah. I showed
sorry.
up. I think I got like a callback into the, but I can't hit them seaweed notes. That was a fantasy of mine. That was all fiction. I did the callback, and they were like, "Oh, thank you." I think I had the look, and so that's why they brought me in for this callback. But they were like, "Thank you. You can't hit these notes."
So
Do you-
what do you
He's
think
hot.
the biggest difference in like the hustle between New York and LA is? Like, how did you figure that out?
I feel like New Yorkers come to LA and are successful because of that hustle. Like, and New York is such a grind. Like, you not getting nothing if you ain't fucking showing up to those open calls or meeting whatever. So I feel like you bring that energy to LA. And LA, I mean, I feel like a lot of people are laid back here, so it doesn't feel like the same hustle
And
in LA.
It's more like networky here.
Yeah, it's
'Cause
more
the,
like you got to go to this thing and meet this.
The amount of people
Yeah.
that I have seen who like I know just from being out and about or from Instagram, and their friends sold a show, and then all of a sudden
Right.
they have a bit part on the show, and you're like, girl. And-
Yeah.
but I'm
I
also
see you.
But it's also amazing because it's like all of these great people are getting these moments to sort of like pop up in all these shows, and it sort of goes to show you like you don't need to spend the $120,000 in debt on a
that
theater
casting
degree
class or
to
whatever.
do, or,
No.
whatever, exactly.
You just have to go. Well, honestly, that's a thing I felt different about LA is like, New York, you pay to go to those casting classes. You don't really run into people. LA, you go down to WeHo, you run into everybody and everybody's there. And so everyone wants to work with who they know.
Right.
So it's really just like, it's not about going to those quote unquote mixers. It's just like going to K24 and having dinner and like, striking up a conversation. It's going to
Exactly.
a house party. It's going to that thing. And then people start to remember you that way. It's what I feel.
Yes,
Is the LA
I feel the same
vibe.
thing. Also, I feel like when I first came to LA and I was like going on auditions and stuff, a lot of my friends who were actors, we would get called for the same audition, but they'd be like, I don't know, I just don't feel like going today. And I'd be like, all right, good, more space for me. And I was like,
Absolutely.
I feel like you run into that like laziness a lot more here.
There's a laid back. You're
Yeah.
right. There is a like, I'll get it when I get it, which I'm like, I don't mind. 'cause
Yeah,
I'm
there's more room for me.
More exactly.
Yeah,
All right, girl. I'll see you.
I want to see
you
the
next time.
info. I want to see the carousel infographic on all the actors who stay home from the call means you're making space for me to get the part.
And I need a lot of space. All right, so what was your first job in LA? What was the first thing you booked?
The first thing I booked, I actually didn't end up doing it, but I booked. Logo was putting on some, I think Aspen like comedy show or something.
Okay.
And I think Mateo Lane was one of the people there, and so I was supposed to do. This was like when I thought for 5 seconds that I might do stand up, and so I booked that, and they had like put out like a variety thing that like I was going to be there and whatever. But then I ended up booking a pilot.
Word.
And so I couldn't. So I had to pull out of the Aspen thing and do the pilot. Poor me, but that pilot didn't get picked up.
Well,
What
and I
have you
didn't
been to
get paid
Aspen
correctly
yet?
either. So, I have not been to Aspen.
Well, see, you
I need
missed
to
out.
go back.
Should have stayed home that
See,
day.
I missed out. I know I should have stayed at Aspen.
God, what is that like
Yeah,
to
that's the first
shoot a
gig.
pilot that doesn't go?
Devastating. Also because the pilot I shot was
Not to bring
you think
that
about all
up.
that coin.
Drag
Devastating. But the pilot I also shot, like it was like a part of NBC had done this. I can talk about this. NBC had did this thing where they were trying to like a diversity thing or something where they were trying to bring up some new talent. So they had chosen these pilots from like unknown writers, and there were two of them. Alex Newell was in one, and I was in this other one, and neither one of them went. So we weren't paid. We were paid less than you're supposed to get on a pilot because it was part of this like
Dual
program.
thing.
Diversity program.
Yes, and then if they picked it up, then we would get paid,
Regular money.
correctly. But so it was devastating on all fronts because I didn't get paid what I should have been paid, and it didn't get picked up.
That is so
Aw.
crazy because, like as independent creators, you're always sort of in control of what happens to what you do. And so even at the bare minimum, if you're like, oh, we were gonna get distribution, or we were gonna get a sponsor, we were gonna whatever, but that all fell through, you can at least like put it on YouTube or put it on, social media so that people can see an example of your work. But I always find it so fascinating when people, because I have friends who get hired for like big corporate projects all the time that just never see the light of day. It's like, oh, we shot an entire calendar. We were all models on this thing, but then they scrapped it. Or like, we did a commercial, but it didn't test market well. So now they're just doing a fully animated commercial. I got paid, but no one ever gets to see it.
You'll never see it. Which just reminds you of like how much money there is in the world. There's so much money. Y'all make so many things and you just throw it away.
God. And so the people who have all that money, like, what are they doing with it? Going on a joyride to space?
Yes. Literally. And that's why when people can't meet your quotes and whatever, you're like, what are you talking about? Y'all got so much money. Like, stop it. Stop playing these games.
Okay, so something that people can see that is out in the world is an amazing show on Netflix called Big Mouth. And you are, you've been writing on the show. I was a little confused on the timeline because it got picked up for multiple seasons. You got brought in for all of those remaining seasons, right? Or you wrote on 3 as well?
I wrote on season 4, which just came out. I'm on season 5 and 6. Animation takes like a year and a half, so that's why. And I think the show, when we were on season 4, it got picked up through season 7 or 8 or something like that. Like 3, it was added 3 more seasons.
Amazing.
Whether or not I will work on those seasons is, up in the air. But I've done 3 so far, which has been really, really great and exciting and pays the bills.
What is it like writing for an animation show? Like,
it's wild because my learning curve was in animation. You can do anything. And so your imagination just has to be different. Like it's like tapping into that childhood imagination where like you can whatever. We do episodes where we're like inside of somebody's vagina, whatever you can imagine we can do.
Very Miss Frizzle.
It was like, oh, yes. Very,
that's a booty hole.
Keisha.
Absolutely, very that. So that was the learning curve, was like, how do I tap into like, the imagination that I had when I was a kid to like really tell these stories. But it's great. It's everyone on that. That show, everyone's so fucking funny. And it was intimidating to join them, 4 seasons in, because they were already, so successful. And every fucking comedy genius is on that show. So that was very scary. But
literally,
once I got over there,
you'll watch that show and like someone will pop up for a bit part and be like, that's like the most famous, funniest person you've ever heard in your life. And you're doing 3 lines on this show?
Yes.
It's so crazy.
This is crazy. There's some names that are upcoming in the next season that I was like, oh, you got them? They're just going to play a dick? Oh, they work. Like they were.
Do you think
it's like somebody going like, "That's my friend." So like, we just told him he could do it. It's like, oh, okay, work.
It also seems like the type of show that people are like excited to be on because they get to be like a penis or something. And also, do you feel like it's been easier to get comedians and stuff on because the pandemic? Everyone's got a home setup now, or are they still going into the studio?
No, we weren't going to the studio for a while. Everything was at home, which was a little challenging at first. But I will say, when we would have table reads, suddenly like everybody was at the table read because they were just looking for something to do.
Oh my God.
You can't get everybody at the table read usually because everyone's schedules is wild. But we had like my episode was the first Zoom table read, and like literally everybody and their mom was there, and it was a who's who. And we were like, oh shit. Everybody's available. Okay, come on.
That's incredible. Very that must have been so special to hear it all
You can see
read
inside
out
all their houses.
Yeah. Yes. And some of their houses are very nice.
Yeah.
Sure. Some of them show up to award shows in sweatpants.
Yes, that too.
So also, okay, so not to bring it back to you being such a perfect example, but
what?
No, but Big Mouth also last year made like headlines because Jenny Slate for the first 3 seasons. Or I guess a little bit of 4, right? As well. She did the voice for Missy, and Missy is a black girl, and Jenny Slate is a white woman, and so they changed the voice actor. Now it's Iowa Debris, who's like amazing and hilarious and incredible. What was her show on her Comedy Central sketch show? Was it just called Io and Rachel?
Oh, the one she did with her friend.
I don't know the name
of it, but I used to watch it on Instagram.
God.
So funny.
But anyhow, that was like this big that also made like a lot of headlines around that same time, where the idea was like, oh, we're writing this wrong. We're making this proper decision. Like, do you feel like the show is working to do that? Because obviously the first couple seasons surround Nick and Andrew and Jesse, these like 3 young white kids, and all of the other characters were these like peripheral characters. And as the show is growing, we're getting to meet more people. We're getting to meet young trans kids. We're we're just sort of like exploring that whole vibe. Like, is there an active conversation about like representation or
yes,
activism in the room? Yeah,
1000%. I mean that's kind of why the show was so a good fit for me, because when I walked in, like, that's what they were already doing. We're like, how do we represent these different POVs? We have these characters. How can we talk about queerness? How can we talk about race? How can we talk about, the spectrum and gender? And who are the characters that we need in order to be able to do that? And so they've always been like, how can we do more and more and more? And so they, we diversify our writers' room so that those POVs exist. And there have been mistakes that have been made, and we talk about it. And I will say that when those happen, my bosses really, they never get defensive. They are genuinely like, oh, fuck, we need to do better about this. And then we have conversations about how do we make it better. And I think that's important. And that's like the biggest lesson in all of this is like, people get defensive when you're like, you did this wrong. And it's like, no, just like take the feedback and do better. No one's saying cancel you. We're just saying do better and do the work to do better. Like, we're all going to make mistakes. We're all going to fuck up about something. And we can't throw each other away.
Yeah.
Like, let's teach each other, learn with each other, and then just do better. That's it.
When in life does that like defensive pride thing happen? Like, is it pre-puberty? Like, is it like you're doing a puzzle at 5 years old and your sibling is like, no, this piece goes there, and it's like, you're stupid, I was right. Like I don't know. I feel like when I was younger, my feelings would get hurt if I did something wrong, but I guess because I was in school, I was so used to being taught things or adjusting how I was thinking about things. Because I even feel it as an adult around non-important issues where I'm like, no, I did that right. No, this goes here.
Yes. Your value is equated to how you do things right? Testing. Like, you're right. In school, everything is like, how many did you get right? How many did you get wrong? And your value is the grading system, right? Is based off of how much you get right. And can you defend yourself, as opposed to, we're never modeled to be like, oh, you can get better. You can grow. You should evolve. Yeah. And like, it's okay to be wrong sometimes. It's okay to make mistakes. And this is how you handle mistakes. These are the conversations you have if you fuck up. You know what I'm saying? That's never modeled for us. And so, of course, as adults, we just continue that like kid tantrum of like, we have to be right. We have to be right. It's like, it's okay to be wrong.
Right.
Like, if you're presented with new information, you might be wrong about some shit. And you get to go, oh, I'm wrong. And now I know something else. And now I get to change my perspective. Anything that isn't growing is dead, I think is the quote. I forget who said it. But if it's not growing, it's dead.
That's true.
Period.
And I think there's also like a tendency sometimes also for folks to like overcorrect in the way of like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take the rest of the day off. Yes, it does.
That's it's like so performative. Yeah. And it's like, now the person who's been wronged has to now take care of somebody else's feelings. And it's like, all you gotta do is say, I'm sorry, and then do better. It's really that simple. And people try to make it something else. It's like, you're like, and that's what I kept saying, in the videos about like whiteness. It's like, no one's calling you a racist. Like, stop.
Yeah.
chill. Like, we're just saying that this is the issue and whiteness is a part of that. And you play a part in that. And so now that you know, you can do something different. You can do better.
Right.
As opposed to like, no, he's saying I'm racist and I'm not. My friend is black.
Yeah.
Girl, bye.
I mean, this sounds just like the conversation that they're having about teaching critical race theory in schools, and everyone's like, no, it's going to teach our children that they are racist and that they hate themselves and they should hate themselves and all this stuff. And it's like, no, it's teaching you teaching what happened in the past. I just had this conversation with my dad because he was asking me like what I learned about slavery in school in Texas. And I was like, Dad, our textbooks didn't talk about slavery. Our textbooks just made it sound like they were like working there and like everything was whitewashed and like when we learned about ancient Egyptians, it was a white man wearing like Egyptian garb. Like there was no coloring of brown in the textbooks. So it's just such a crazy thing that like that's what we were all brought up with, and that no one's willing to just be like, all right, let's start over. Let's apologize and let's start over.
Yes.
Is this the kind of conversation you have on your podcast called Do the Work? Is this the work?
Now that's a transition.
This is the work.
What'd you call me?
That was a transition. That was a transition.
Thank
work.
you.
Yes, that is
See, I've been doing this for a little while.
Yes, that is exactly what we do. You know, it's like bringing these conflict pairs together to talk about what the breakdown was and then giving them the tools to have a meaningful and impactful conversation. And sometimes it doesn't work because one person isn't, about that life. But for the most part, it hopefully gives, the person who's been wronged a little bit of healing, a little bit of like, okay, I know how to move forward. Whether or not I'm going to move forward with this person is a whole other thing, but can I move forward?
And it's two
friends.
real life people talking about a real life, like interpersonal issue.
We've had like friends, we've had mother, daughter, we've had married couples. There have been pushback, definitely. Most of them end pretty well, but there's definitely been a couple where there's been pushback where like the other person like couldn't see the other side. And so we actually had one with two queer folks, and they were having an issue with a gay cis man who was the head of, I think, of a pride something in Canada. And that person didn't come on the show. So we really just did the work with our two queer folks.
Which
and
is
kind of
how
like,
it often
which is how
the
like
people
they
willing
talk
to
it
do
out
the work
and-
are the ones who least need it. Well, Meatball, you want to talk about what you did at Pride last year?
Well, you know, Pride LA had their little all Black Lives Matter thing last year, right?
Yes.
And how it was like set up and how Pride has like dissolved now because it was like set up terribly and horribly wrong.
Last year?
Yeah.
I have to say I did not go.
Oh.
I had to take care of myself that day, and I stayed in. My husband went.
Oh, okay.
But I did not. I didn't hear about the
when
drama.
it was originally set up. I mean, we don't have to. We did a whole episode on it, but when it was originally set up, it was set up, and they were like, they called all the police to be there to like help.
Oh yes,
monitor
And
it
there was no
do all
black
this
leadership.
There was no black
Yes,
leadership.
I remember
They
that,
called
yes.
They said that there was like Black Lives Matter was involved, and then they weren't because
and they were not.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and so it was just like a huge mess, and I was just like, why would y'all even do this if not just to try to throw another Pride? And so when I tried to contact or talk to anybody at the top of it, they would all just give me a runaround or not respond or not answer. And I was like, I'm just trying to get like level with you on why this was a bad idea.
Yes.
And they
1,000%.
didn't want to hear it.
Their ego, right?
Yeah.
They're like their own pride. Like you can't take it. It's like they want to be right. And it's like you're being told that you're wrong, and now like their sense of self gets triggered. And it's like, shut up. Like you're being given good information. Like
That
you
I think
fucked
was
up.
the
Do
biggest,
better.
the biggest takeaway from like a lot of things that were happening last year was like people read something online and then they were like, we'll organize a march. Let's call the cops so we can shut down the street. And it was like, wait, you're being incredibly antithetical to the entire conversation. And why are you
1,000%.
organizing it? You need to shut up
1,000%.
and then go support. Like,
And then also the worst
do
part
you
was
think
like
people
all
have
of
not
the
been
members,
organizing for decades? Folks who do this professionally, who are like super pros and know everything about like taking to the streets. Like Black Lives Matter has a massive LA chapter. go support them. What are you
There's
doing?
like a single person there. It was so insane.
I'm gonna
And then
start my
all
own
of the-
sit-in in West Hollywood. You remember that one? Woo!
Like, oh. It's like, why would you do that?
Yeah, exactly.
There are people.
Anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, listen, we are going to take our break. And when we come back with our last segment, it's time for Fuck Talk! Okay, we are back.
And it's time for our favorite segment, Fuck Talk. A moment where we get to discuss an uncomfortable, funny, insecure, strange, weird, graphic sex story that has happened to us in the past. It's a wonderful time. Dipper normally talks about sucking old men's penises. If you're uncomfortable talking about your personal sexual history, which I don't think you are, but if you are, we have phone calls from our listeners, and they often have wild stories.
Gorgeous.
What kind of people do you like to do sex to, typically?
Yeah, who do you have sex to?
All different
Zaddies.
types.
Chubbo?
Yeah, all different types. You know, sometimes they're twinkies, sometimes they're daddies, sometimes they're older, sometimes, you know, we're the same age. You know, I usually, anything younger than 28 kind of creeps me out. Like, are you going to be good at it?
Their brains are not fully developed.
Yeah, like, I love you to be
Meatball,
good at
I
it.
thought you liked the skew a little younger. 28.
Not younger than 28.
I have recently...
Although earlier today I was like looking at someone on Twitter and I was like, oh, he's cute. Oh, he's hot. And then I saw a 1999 tattoo on him. And I was like,
you were like,
"Bah!
goodbye. Block.
No.
Delete. Block. Unfollow.
Maybe
Yeah,
they just like
yeah.
that Charlie XCX song.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
I have recently, my eyes, or what do you say? I've perked up a little bit in looking at some like 23, 24-year-olds, which is
Whoa,
shocking.
that's
And-
very
Wow.
new.
and
Because it
in
used
like
to be only 23 and 24 years older
than me, yeah, and also in the twink realm too. I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
What do you call it? But what do you call like a twink with a fat ass and a round face? It's like the really, you know what I mean? It's like
On
the
a
really.
round
Are they
face?
twunks?
Is that
it
a
a twunk?
No, because a twunk I think is
An otter?
an age thing. It's like
No,
Oh.
I thought
It's
a
like
twunk was a mix between a hunk and a twink. So there was like a muscular
I thought they were like,
twink.
yeah, they were like skinny, but like muscular-y. They have like a, I thought that was a twunk. Am I wrong?
I thought a twunk was a twink who was. So is now
No.
a twunk. I thought it was best.
That's just an
no,
old
no,
twink.
no. Yeah, that's an old twink. Yeah,
That's just
former
the old twink. No, for me, I'm like, I could get into the twinkiness if it looks like in 5 years their metabolism is going to catch up with them. Like that kind of skinny where you know it's not for life.
No, I don't like the sound of that.
That's why I said round face. You know what I mean? Anyhow. So I recently, now that the world is like, you know, more open, I've been leaving my neighborhood and leaving my apartment, and I have been recently having like sort of That's So Raven-y like flashes
Yes.
when I see landmarks or like buildings or like I had to go drop something off in West Hollywood, and I like drove past an intersection. I was like, oh, I sucked a guy's dick in that building. Like remembering these like flashes of like tricks gone by, tricks of days of yore.
Yeah,
or
tricks
whatever.
past. Yeah. Yeah.
And man, it is like I have really walked into a lot of people's homes that I had never met before in order to perform sex acts with them.
Wow. It still makes me nervous. Like when
It
people
does?
like invite, I'm like, yeah, like they're like, I think I've had a handful of grinder hookups where I've like been like, yes, I'm gonna come to your house without having met you and hope for the best. I still can't. I want to be that girl so bad, and I just like. I watch too many crime shows. Like I'm, you know,
Exactly.
fucking SV,
It's murders around
fucking
every
forensic.
corner.
Like, yeah, it's very murdery.
What are the
That just reminded me of when one time I was in WeHo and this guy had set up a threesome. So it was like me and someone else were going over to his house, and me and the other person arrived at the same time. And I knew who it was because I had seen, like, they had sent the pictures, and we had all given the thumbs up. You know, we're all in on this together. But we got in the elevator and we were just silent. Like we just didn't talk to each other. And I was like, I know I'm about to have sex with you, but he like wouldn't talk. And I was like, hey, and he just was like, And I was like, this is very weird. Am I not what you thought? And then we got to the apartment.
You're like,
am
I not what you thought?
And then we got into his apartment and the guy didn't talk. The two of them, I guess, had hooked up before, but like they weren't speaking to each other. And I was like, this seems like I'm about to die. And then he like quickly shuffled us into his bedroom, closed the door. We performed a threesome that was like not great. We did the spread eagle.
When you say performed, it's not great.
No, exactly. I felt like I was. They were both dead silent, and I was doing my best to be like, yes,
yeah,
ooh, yeah.
You're like, I need to add some sounds.
Like, no talking. And then when it was over,
very
everyone
tech rehearsal.
very. We're just gonna mark through it. We're just hitting the mark, and we did. And then when we left, me and the guy just like walked out together, left, and I was like, all right, see you later. Nothing.
Wow. I hate
Isn't that insane? Like not even
that's
noise during
crazy.
the act.
No, I don't like that. What's the point? That's terrible.
I thought I was going to make friends.
Yes. Queer friends that you fuck sometimes. I love that.
Then I unfollowed him on Instagram, so I'm
good for
now.
you.
I deserve better than that.
You do. You deserve somebody to be like, yes, bitch. That's a deeper.
Yes,
like something.
that dick.
Yeah,
You're doing great work.
You get it. Lick that head.
Are you into dirty talk?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes, talk dirty to me. Absolutely. Okay. Choke me, talk dirty to me, hit me. Yeah, all of it.
Do you speak back?
Yeah, of course.
I'm
here for a conversation. I like jokes. Like, tell me a joke while you're doing. I want an experience. I'm not here for like the quiet hit it and quit. It's like, what's the point?
Thing? It's like, do you feel shame about this? And that's
I know.
You just, during the act, are just like already thinking about how bad you're gonna feel when it's done.
Yeah,
which makes me feel worse in turn.
Worse. I also like communication. Like, tell me what you like. So, like, if we don't know each other, like, tell me what. If your nipples aren't sensitive, then why am I sucking your nipples? Tell me where. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
just say like I'm not into that. Maybe move it on down.
Come to the neck. Come here. Kiss me on my stomach. Just tell me what you want.
Right.
I just I
Are you
like
kissing
I like
strangers off the app, or is it a no mouth situation?
Oh yeah, I'm kissing you off the app. Yeah, like if we can't kiss, like what's the point?
Right.
Too like.
But what about
a lot of people specify no kissing, or like my husband doesn't allow me to make out with other people.
Oh no, my husband's allowed to make out with other people.
Yeah, that rule is like a little too much. But like no
loud,
this,
he's in the house.
Like we can be open, but know this one specific thing. That's sort of challenging.
Yeah, I don't like it. That is challenging.
Okay. I recently had a situation that involves all of these things.
Did you meet up on Sniffies?
What's Sniffies?
You don't know about Sniffies?
No.
Sniffies?
She's married. She don't know about everything.
Oh, Sniffies is the cruising app.
It's
Sniffies, it's not an app. It's a website.
It's
you
a
go
website.
to sniffies.com.
Stop.
And it's a map. It's an updated map. So, like, Grindr will tell you, like, oh, you're this many feet from someone. Sniffy shows you on the map
where they are.
And
it shows you where they are.
The majority of the photos are all like dicks and
hole
butts
or abs.
Not a lot of faces.
Wow.
And it's literally like they'll
cruising.
post on this thing. It's for cruising, and it'll literally just be like, "I'm trying to get my back blown out. Send me a picture. Come over." Or like, face down, ass up. No pictures required. Like,
wow.
It is like super sex positive, super cruisy, super like it's meant for casual interactions. It is so wild. It is very cool.
And they sponsor the pod.
Anything sex positive. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Sniffies.
Well, thank you so much for being here. Why don't you tell everyone where they can find you?
Oh, you can find me on Instagram at Brandon Kyle Goodman or my website, BrandonKyleGoodman.com. That's where everything is.
Awesome. Thank you so much for listening to Sloppy Seconds. You can follow us on Instagram at SloppyPod, or you can send us an email at sloppysecondspod@gmail.com, or you can call with your own fuck talk story to 213-536 9180. Or you can follow us on Instagram at Big Dipper Jelly and Spicy's Meatball or Fat Drag Meatball on Twitter. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't ever miss an episode, which come out every Tuesday and Friday.
One last thing before you go, Slops. We have secured a doctor, a very nice doctor who will be joining us next week on the pod. And we want to get down to the nitty-gritty of your sexual health questions. We're talking about self-lubricating buttholes. We're talking about that cheese on your foreskin. We're talking about any and all questions that you have that our medical professional who actually knows what they're talking about and isn't fake news will be answering. So email us at sloppysecondspod@gmail.com. DM Meatball directly on Instagram. She loves that. She'll organize all of your questions. Or call in and ask a medical professional your sexual health question to 213-536-9180. And we'll do that next Friday. So get those calls in ASAP because we recorded a few days early. Okay,
Yes.
bye.
Bye.
Doodle-doo-doo, forever dog. To listen to Sloppy Seconds ad-free and one day early, sign up for Forever Dog Plus at foreverdogpodcast.com/plus.
Sloppy Seconds is produced by Forever Dog and Moguls of Media, a.k.a. Mom.
Hosted by Big Dipper and Meatball. Music, editing, and sound design by William Pitt.
Executive produced by Willem Belli, Alaska Thunderfuck, Joe Cilio, Brett Boehm, and Alex Ramsey.
Our artwork was drawn by Christian Cimarroni.
And our theme song was written by Mike Malarkey.